I change your bum life. You fight me, it's a celebration.
I would beat you.
When you sign to fight me, it's a celebration. You ring back home, you ring your wife. Baby, we done it. We're rich, baby. Conor McGregor made us rich. Break out the red panties. We're rich, baby.
Yo, welcome back to the fifth round. As always, your boy Stephen Moustaris. And man, I just kind of wanted to say here, it's a beautiful day out here in Ohio right now. I think it's like 93 outside. I think we're going on like 7:30 p.m. Probably the perfect time ever to be outside. But I kind of had to just jump in here and, just kind of talk about this news going around. I mean, or non-news, whatever you want to say, but just the lack of, the effort getting Nate Diaz a fight. I know I'm not breaking news here or nothing, but it's pretty known right now that Nate Diaz is on his last fight on his UFC contract. And, I know the last couple of months him and Dustin Poirier both have been sitting there jawing back and forth with each other, basically agreeing to the fight already online. I know it's Twitter beef, but they've basically already did Sean Shelby's job. Be like, hey, let's get it going. Send over the contract, and it seems like the UFC doesn't want to go with that route. And I mean, maybe I'll get into it here soon, but and then all of a sudden there's word of Khamzat Chimaev fighting Nate Diaz, and I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know what you'd want to say. I mean, we've had Nate Diaz cussing out the UFC, going at him hard online recently. I know just a couple months ago he took a picture of him pissing on the UFC Apex arena, whatever, their big, fucking headquarters basically in Vegas. And I don't know, man. I'm just sitting here. It's kind of annoying, clearly. I know from the business aspect I can kind of see what they're doing. I think they're afraid for the Dustin Poirier fight. I think that maybe they're worried, like, okay, if Diaz does get a win here and leaves on a win against our top three guy at the division, it's like, man, it doesn't look good. I get that aspect of it. And then it's like, I don't get why. I mean, business aspect, I get why they want to go with the Khamzat fight, just because chances are Khamzat's going to destroy Nate Diaz. And I think that they want their brand clearly to always take the lead and always look better than their fighters. And it's kind of fucked up, man, because let's be real here. I didn't sit here and make a list, but just off of the top of my head, like, most iconic, most fan favorite fighters, Nate Diaz is on the short list, like very short list, like just off the top of the head. I know I'm not doing the greatest here because I mean it's not written down, but like you instantly think Conor McGregor, clearly. I know John Jones isn't like the most favorite, but he's always getting his wins, and maybe the GOAT of all time, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva. You can go on for days. I mean, good God, Jorge Masvidal was always a favorite. Chuck Liddell, Forrest Griffin. You go all these guys. B.J. Penn. I could go on forever. Rampage Jackson. I mean, Rashad Evans, maybe. Lyoto Machida, maybe. Daniel Cormier's in there. He was a big fan. Stipe's, got a lot of love. Francis Ngannou's got a lot of love. Like, we can sit here and go on forever and ever and ever. Max Holloway's. You could think of them all day, but Nate Diaz is gonna come in there, and his name's gonna come out, and it's like, let's go. He's not gonna be, in fight shape forever. He's not gonna be able to fight for the rest of his life. Like, the man's only got a couple more years left. Like, let's be real. The dude's been in nothing but wars for us, and he's the most entertaining fighter ever. And it's like, I know a lot of us love it because it's like the weed smokers, from Stockton, California. He's got the little, like, the edge to him. It doesn't do shit for the business. He's not a yes man. He just sticks to himself, sticks to his guns. Him and his brother both, and it's like, man, it's just super fucking depressing right now to see the UFC kind of just take control. And I mean, I'm a big fan of all these sports in the world, and I kind of wish sometimes, as I'm doing this video, I'm kind of sitting here thinking, like, with the whole Kyrie Irving thing going on right now with the NBA, like him about to switch 4 teams now in 3 seasons or whatever, like, it's like, man, like, it would be nice for the NBA to be like, fuck you, the brand's bigger, let's force this guy to play somewhere. And that's kind of what the UFC does. They say, no, fuck you, we don't care who you are, we don't care what fight you are. Like, I think they're obligated to offer him 2 fights a year. I think at once every 6 months, and they don't have to take it. They're just obligated to offer him fights, and I'm sure they're offering some absolute bullshit to Nate Diaz. And I mean, to give the UFC some credit, I guess we don't technically know what's going on in the background. So Nate Diaz could be just putting on a face online, but I just don't see it. He's so real, you know, and it's like, you know, I know there's word out there he's probably going to fight Jake Paul whenever he gets out, which I don't mind. You know, get the money, dude. You know, like, if he loses, yeah, it's pretty embarrassing, but like this isn't MMA. This isn't a jiu-jitsu fucking match. This dude will wrap up anybody, turn him into a pretzel real quick. But it's like, man, come on, UFC. Let's get the ball fucking rolling, man. Like, Dustin Poirier, amazing fight. The Conor trilogy, amazing fight. There's so many out there that we can do. I mean, good God. Like, never mad at the Jorge Masvidal fight again. Go on forever. Go on forever. I mean, somehow fight Tony Ferguson or something. That'd be a fucking fun fight. You know, there's so many fights out there. The Michael Chandler fight. Like, I know there's even some 170s he wants to do. I would still tune in to watch the Khamzat fight, but Khamzat's probably going to destroy him. And it's like, I don't know. I just don't know what's going to happen. And today, Dana White comes out and says, oh, he's going to have to basically just go fight Jake Paul then, it looks like, because, you know, Nate Diaz recently was talking shit to the UFC. It's like, hey, man, I got one fight left. Let's get it going. You know, my heart just goes out to him. And it's funny right here being a fan and seeing the true colors from your favorite, you know, league, technically. You know, this is MMA. We all love MMA, but, like, the UFC is king. And it's kind of fucked up to see what they're doing. I mean, we can go on for days about the fighter pay, the judging, go on forever, just how they treat their guys. Like, we can go on forever about this, but we all seem to, you know, still tune in. And I don't know, it's just, as somebody that's been, literally Nate Diaz has been in the UFC ever since I've started watching it back in like 07, I want to say 06, 05, one of those. I started watching them, and it's like, God damn, dude. Nate's been in there for so long. The dude's, you know, he's been just going with me. You kind of forget how young he is, or he was. I guess he still is really young, but in fighting age, like, let's be real, man's, you know, he's getting up there. He's almost like, I know he's not Tom Brady, like, winning-wise and everything, but, like, Tom Brady's right there at the edge, you know. He's got one more season. He just retired. Like, he's around there, you know. He's around that way. And we've been, our entire lives, been just so lucky to have these guys. And now that it's coming down to the end, like we saw it with Chuck Liddell, BJ Penn, we see it with everybody, where it's just that, you know, they start just not getting the love back that they put in over all these years. I mean, we see it with Tim Sylvia when he broke his arm against Frank Mir. You know, he's come out and say how the UFC kind of fucked him on bills, and, you know, he almost lost his arm. And you hear it all the time, and we see it, like, I know I just brought up Chuck Liddell, but him, Tito, you know, Stephen Bonner, all these guys that, like, Diego Sanchez, like, all these guys that the UFC just built their name off of, they just let them go and kind of just die in the pasture. And it's like, it's fucked up because, man, like, I remember, it's a prime example. I remember when Kobe Bryant was coming down to his last couple seasons. I think it was like 36. And they're like, man, all right, he just had his final contract, and the Lakers gave him the fattest contract max ever. And a lot of people are mad about it. But at the same time, for all the work he's put in, it's like he deserves it. And I feel like all these pro athletes deserve it, especially if you're like I said, if you want to go way back when. I mean, I know we can go at UFC 1 with, like, you know, Hoist Gracie and all these guys. But, like, if we really look at it from when they took off, like the Forrest Griffin, Stephen Bonner fight, the Ultimate Fighter finale, Chuck Liddell, Forrest Griffin, like I just said, fucking Rashad Evans, Rampage Jackson, George St. Pierre, Anderson Silva, like, all these guys deserve, you know, to be paid and to be taken care of. And it's sad to see him just kind of get shit, you know, to the corner and just like, hey, shut the hell up, it's not your time anymore. You know, it's Anderson, you know, or not Anderson, but it's Israel Adesanya's time. You know, it's the Max Holloways, Alexander Volkanovskis, the Francis Ngannous, like these guys. And then once they get older or out of their prime, like kind of what we're kind of seeing with Stipe already, it's like push to the back of the line, fuck you, you know. And it's sad. And I guess I am sitting here kind of bitching, but, you know, I just want to see Nate get his fair share and get his last fight. I don't know why they're not doing the Dustin Poirier fight. I feel like that one's a lock. The Conor McGregor fight, lock. You know, even the Khamzat fight, lock. Jorge Masvidal fight, lock. Like, we're going to watch it no matter what it is because it's Nate fucking Diaz, and he deserves it. And I just hate how they're just putting him on the back burner just because they don't want him. Because they know how big of a cash cow he is. They know. So it's like, I know that they don't want him to go fight Jake Paul, make all that money, do all these things off of what he's already done. They want him to kind of look bad and get that bad loss right before he leaves. So it's like maybe his numbers and just the eyes he pulls takes a hit a little bit, his popularity. So, I mean, it's just all fucked up, and I'm pissed about it, but I just wanted to come on here and kind of talk about it. Usually I try to stick to 5 minutes, but I'm doubling that. Fuck it. So, but hey, this has been the 5th round. It's always your boy, Stephen Moustaris. Come on, UFC. Let's get this shit going for Nate Diaz. Let's go.